Solo versus group traveling.
Okay. I like this topic.
Because you've done some solo traveling.
Yeah.
And I've done some group traveling.
Mm-hmm.
And just by the sake of it, I agree more with group traveling. But I see more benefits in solo.
Yeah.
Go on. Talk me through solo traveling. Like as in, how do you feel when you go solo?
Yeah. I went solo traveling, as you know. It's a big reason for it.
Mm-hmm.
I always felt like I have to do it. I feel like I need to do it for some sort of reason to get better, right? I just felt like I'm missing it. I felt like I'm missing out on something. So I booked a flight, went by myself. And to be fair, it was truly one of the best experiences.
Okay.
Because you go into the unknown, right? You go somewhere, you don't know anyone, you don't know the language, nothing. And it allows you to understand that you can do anything. You know? Once you do it once, you realize that anything can be solved, any problems. Because when you go by yourself, there's so many problems that come on the way, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's no one around to help you.
No, you have to have.
You have to do it yourself, right? You have
Mm-hmm.
to figure out where you're going. You have to figure out how you're going to order something. You're going to have to figure out how you're going to go shopping, especially in a different country. And I remember when I came back, I was like, I can do anything I want that is alone, anywhere, anytime. Yeah. And since then, you can probably agree on that one with me. I do a lot of things myself now.
You do, myself. Yeah.
I will go for a trip by myself. Recently, when it was the nice weather, I wanted a nap. So I went to the park and I just had a nap in the park.
Yeah, I saw it. You posted on Snapchat. Yeah. I thought you were taking a piss.
And because I feel like a lot of people have these thoughts where like, oh, I wish I could do this or I wish I could do that. But because it involves them being alone, they don't do it. Because they're
a nitty. Did you get a tent as well?
No, I just had a little towel and just like chilled.
I like that though, you know.
But yeah, because like before, I had ideas of what I want to do, mm-hmm. and I would never do it because I'd be like, oh, I'm not going to do it by myself, or like I need someone to be with me. Like,
yeah, you'd never catch me sleeping alone in the park. Like
my self-esteem was very low, but once I started doing things by myself, I realized I can do anything.
Did you not feel like vulnerable though? Like you're in the park, yeah, you got a phone in your pocket. Are you not feeling like someone's going to mug you off?
Listen, people were scared more of me than I was of them. Who sleeps in a park by themselves?
Fair point to be fair.
You're not going to walk up to this guy.
No, fair point. All
right? So, no, but I felt fine. There was people around. I had my headphones on and I was just chilling.
No, it's fair. And I think it connects you a little bit with nature, you know, and being alone reflects you a little bit, you know.
But that's not to say that I believe solo traveling is the best way to do it, because group traveling is as equally important.
I think it's more. I think as much as solo traveling is more.
It's self-development.
Yeah,
right?
It develops you. Group traveling is more fun.
Approach. Yeah,
it's more fun. You know, like when we went to Poland with the group. I mean. So imagine if I went to Poland alone that time. Mm-hmm. You know, when we went together. And I was ill for 5 days. That'll be it. Because I would not be bothered to do anything. 5 days I'll be probably in that Airbnb, you know, just go out, eat something, come back, and I'll just be dying, you know. That'll be my trip wasted. But because there was a group, there was always that little kick from everyone, you know, just to do something. I think it's, obviously it's fun. It helps improve your relationship with the group. And to be fair, it's just so much safer.
Oh, definitely. If you look at this aspect, right? It depends where you go, right? Mm. So, like, gender plays a role as well.
Oh, 100%.
Right? Because when I went by myself, I was in Spain. So, it was fine. I can protect myself, right? But if you're a woman and you're quite vulnerable, you know, you might get in trouble.
Yes.
You know, people see you as an easier target, right? Mm. And that's just the reality of the world.
It is what it is. You know?
It definitely has... You know, gender may play a little role, but overall, just if you pick a country that's safe, you'll be fine. You know, I believe.
A lot of countries, though, they are portrayed as unsafe, but they are actually safe.
Oh, yeah.
You know, a lot of places. if you go like Egypt, next to the pyramids, obviously you're going to be harassed by these people all the time to give you a little trip, but because they're trying to make a living, you know, so they will be on your case all the time. But a lot of places do value a huge hospitality, like you know what I mean. They like to be all over you because you're a guest in their house, in their home country, you know. But as you say, I think let's say. I know I'm going to be a hypocrite now, but I'm going to be unfair. But if let's say I have a wife today and she says today, I want to go to this country alone, there's no chance.
I would say no. So.
You're not going.
Yeah.
But if someone said to me, I'll go to this country alone, I'll be like, all right, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, the thing is, no one really cares about me. Like, this is also a tough reality. Like, men usually will care about women. They will see her on the street. They like the way they look, and they will approach.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm a guy walking alone through the city centre or whatever, no one cares. Literally, no one would even look at me. You know, maybe if I was in the country, like for example, in the smaller villages of India where they don't really see a lot of white people, they might be all over me just because they never saw a white guy.
For the wrong reasons, right?
Yeah. So. I think safety plays a huge role, and for me myself, and,
I agree. I fully agree. It's not something that I consider.
Yeah,
because that doesn't worry me, but it definitely is a valid point for certain individuals, right?
Yeah, like there was this news I've read a few years back now, and I can't name you the country or whatever the country was, right? But basically, a couple went on holiday, right? They went into a little bit more of a dodgy side of the city, and the guy got beaten up and the lady got raped, you know. And it's like, if let's say this was a group of 5 men, let's say us as a group were going there, the chances of it happening, it's slim because we're in a group.
Yeah.
And it's a nature. It's also a nature. We are social creatures. We kind of like, you know, like wolves are always in packs.
Yeah.
We as humans, we grew up in packs. That's
100%.
That's why we got communities. That's why we got villages, cities, countries, right? That's why in a group, I think we kind of feel more secure. However, to fully experience yourself, your independence, your how responsible you are with just daily tasks, going alone is a great adventure, you know. And I think everyone should be able to experience it.
Mm-hmm.
And for those that are a little bit more vulnerable, could be both men and women, you know. If you're in a category of a more vulnerable, just find yourself a safer spot, you know.
Exactly.
Don't put yourself in a danger.
No.
If you're going through Brooklyn with a Rolex on and you're flashing it like this,
yeah, don't be stupid.
Yeah, you're gonna get mobbed off.
Don't be stupid, simply.
So it doesn't matter where you are. Just be smart about it and go for it, you know.
But you know what, like this topic, what's good about it, because I've mentioned it not long ago, but it's like, don't prioritize one or the other, right? Because whether it's group traveling, super important.
Mm-hmm.
Solo traveling is super important as well, and it's just like it's a reflection on life, because that's what life is, right? Life, some moments through your life, some struggles,
mm-hmm.
some adventures, you go with a group, you go with family, friendships, whatever, right? And some moments in life, you have to do it by yourself.
Yeah.
And I think doing traveling, both solo and with a group, will allow you to get more experience with those things. So 100%. Then when things that need to be done by yourself in life, you'll mm-hmm. be more comfortable. And when there are things that you have to do in a group, you'll be more comfortable as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you can't forget, like, spending time with your friends and family, it's just as important as spending time with yourself.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, you need to develop your social aspects, and you also need to kind of be at peace by yourself. Sometimes, you know, you need to spend some time by yourself to organize things in your head, to make the good decisions. You know, mm-hmm. You're not going to do that in a group of friends. No. You know? If you go on a holiday with a group of friends or family, you're not going to have enough time to think about some things that bother you, or organize things in your head, or actually relax a little bit. You know, mm-hmm. These things won't happen.
Yeah, you need time for yourself.
So if you only do one, you miss the other. If you only do the other, you miss the first.
Yes.
And that's simply how it's going.
You need a fair balance in life.
You need a fair balance, I think. But
about solo traveling as well, what I find is, like we just said now here, you know, you're more vulnerable, you know, it's a safety issue. But sometimes I believe with solo traveling is the modern media trying to portray it as unsafe.
Mm-hmm.
Because but it's not, you know. A lot of times, you know, if crime has to happen, it will happen anyways. But a lot of times you are actually safe. Like people, you know, just thinking about people going to be always against you in those countries is a wrong approach as well.
Definitely.
But the reason why solo traveling is always kind of shunned upon is because it makes you stronger. And media loves to portray weakness.
Definitely.
You know, at the end of the day, the more strong you are as an individual, the more disciplined you are, the more you develop as a person, the more successful you become.
Mm-hmm.
And the world, we know, there can only be a handful of successful people. You know, so media will always try to stop your growth as much as possible. Because weakness is what nowadays is you know is what's kind of put into you the most. Weakness is what media promotes.
Yeah,
know?
but like
by hiding it as well, you know, they won't say be weak, but they want you to be weak.
I really like what you just started, right? Because you mentioned media, but as you were saying, the entire principle of what you were saying. Friends. Like, if you don't have the right people around you, right? And if you share with them that you want to go solo traveling, they'll be the first ones to give you a list of reasons not to go. Because they deep down know that you're doing something that you always wanted to do.
Yeah.
Because
100%.
everyone always wants to do things by themselves, but everyone is always scared. So if you're the brave one that steps out and be like, I want to go to a different country, that's a big step.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to go to a different country by yourself and people hear about that, they'll try to put you down.
Yeah.
You know?
Even now, us doing this together because it's easier.
Oh, definitely.
Group,
it's
you know?
exactly the same reason.
I wouldn't be able to do it, for example, myself now, you know, just talking to camera and let's say reading from a laptop, because it would be so much harder, just not even the production wise, but just so harder on putting myself vulnerable out there, you know. In a group it's always easier. So you need to build the strength within you, and people will always be jealous of your strengths, because everyone wants to be strong, but not everyone's got the courage.
Not everyone wants to take the actions, right? Everyone knows what needs to be done, but they're just scared of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I think people should just like do both, as you say.
Do both.
Have a balance. See what fits you.
But do both. But just need to remember that one is easy to do and one isn't.
Mm-hmm.
Group traveling, easy. Beneficial for sure. How easy is to do? Not too difficult, unless you have no friends, right?
Yeah.
So, but
then you can download Tinder.
Well, you can download Tinder. Yeah.
Don't do it.
Don't do it, because
then
you're definitely going to get killed.
Yeah, you're in a strange place with strangers, and it doesn't bring you no benefits.
Well, let's do it. Find out what's going to happen. Go on Tinder date in a different country.
I mean, if you don't take a risk, you're not going to learn anyways, right?
You have to, yeah.
So taking risk in life is also important.
And it's easy to talk about danger, but also the likelihood of that danger is not as high as people think.
Mm-hmm.
Because what social media does, or media in general does, right? They put up the most extreme stories out to people, which scares them.
Oh, yeah.
But that's like, what are the chances of it happening? Like, how often on the telly, like I've seen it multiple times now, that planes crashing.
Yeah.
How often do planes crash? Not much.
Yeah, they don't put planes successfully landed.
No, never.
Because what's the point?
What's the point, right?
Million planes successfully land, one crashes.
If the only thing they hear about planes is crash,
mm-hmm.
you're gonna think your plane's gonna crash, right? And people are scared of flying. And I think it's the same with media and like doing things by yourself, or traveling, or whatever it is, right? Where they show those situations where people get in trouble, and they never talk about people going solo traveling and achieving some sort of success out of it. Because they don't want people to know that there's a benefit to it.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's why solo traveling will usually show you the places that media portrays in negative light. Will kind of show you its true colours. It might be negative experience, but then it's fine. You can stay in your hotel or whatever, you know. If you don't enjoy it, if you feel scared, you know, if you're intimidated by the new scenery, you don't have to go out there and put yourself in danger for the sake of being there.
Of course.
You can always take a step back. At least you tried, you know. But in most cases, you will see there's this channel you're probably aware of it, Yes Theory.
Yeah, I love it.
They do. I love them as well. You know, they're great guys. Collab. But they do things that are outside of comfort zone.
But they're always the things that they always subconsciously wanted to do.
Yeah, the motto is seek discomfort, you know, because they want to do those things that people are scared of, you know. So they will go to these places which have like a bad name, for example, and they will do those things that people wouldn't even dream about, you know.
Yeah.
Because they do it in a group, okay, well done. But sometimes they have certain tasks they do solo.
But they actually they take on a lot of people that do things by themselves. So sometimes they take people that never done anything. They take them with them, and there's so much respect because that person just went with a group of strangers.
Yeah, exactly.
To a random location, and like that's all it's about.
And that's double trouble, you know.
But another thing I wanted to add about like dangerous places. A lot of those dangerous places are not actually dangerous. It's just they say about dangerous because there might be a little bit of crime and there might be a little bit of conflict between the civilians and the entire police systems, right? But the thing is, people have morals.
Yeah,
you know, and a lot of those places where I watched some videos on YouTube in the past where people would go into like Brazil or like Mexico, right, and they would meet up with like a lot of the criminals, and they're just good people. Just because they disagree with what the government has to say, it doesn't mean they're necessarily bad people, you know?
Yeah.
And often if you're a solo traveller, these people will be there to help you.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. They don't have an issue with you, they have an issue with the government.
Exactly.
And they have generally good morals, so that, you know, that's not everywhere, of course.
Yeah.
I can't say that every criminal is nice.
No.
But that it is true, right? And we know that from Poland, because in Poland you have a lot of these people where they don't like police and police doesn't like them, right?
Yeah, 100%.
But they will always help kids. They will always help women, right?
Oh, yeah.
They will, you know...
You kind of grow
all
with
the
these
morals are there.
Yeah.
And just because they don't like police doesn't mean they
it's a big part of the culture.
Yeah, they're not looking for conflict with everyone and anybody, you know?
It's just the principles they don't agree with the how the country can be run or certain laws. But they will always put, you know... Even if I was in Poland, you know, I'm not saying I disagree with police so much or the government at the moment, but if I was in Poland now and someone needs help, I don't know them, but I'll offer them help, you know, because I might understand the language more, you know, and it gives me sense of like pride as well, like thank you for, you know, like someone entrusted,
you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You want to help people, so I think solo traveling improves your you're free. Great freedom, you know. You're out there alone, you know. Improves your self-confidence, safety, you know. Issue we spoke about it, but you know, it's a great experience, eye-opening experience. You should do it, but also don't neglect your group friends. You know, sometimes
definitely, yeah.
Sometimes you can go as a group and do certain things alone as well.
Definitely, yeah.
And which makes also kind of like you put both in one. You know, you get two in one. If you go on a 1 week holiday, you don't have to spend every single day with the group. Go and explore the city alone, you know, just to be alone for a minute, just to see if you can actually manage yourself, you know. I mean, you've done solo. I haven't done much solo yet, so I feel like somewhere in the near future I would like to do like a trip solo.
Do it. You'll discover new self, you know, or maybe not new self, but you add something onto you, you know.
The problem is I like to chat a lot, and if I go to a country where they don't talk my language, who the hell am I talking to?
Oh, it's fun. Yeah, like communication is even better. You know?
I'll just get drunk and it'll be fine.
Yeah, the communication is even better. But that's the thing. Just do it. Just see, discover, and you know, you'd be surprised by how many countries actually speak English. You know?
All of them, to be fair.
Yeah.
All of them. Nowadays, it's all of them. We were in Poland, and 15 years ago, so people barely knew English in Poland, you know. When I was in school, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and everyone's laughing. Do you know what I mean? No one says 6; it's sex, isn't it? But that's the thing. And now everyone literally talks English. You know, such a universal language that as soon as you know English, you're kind of fine. Which also, talking about traveling, this is a little bit. I don't like this move where, for example, just English speaking people as a native language, they go to places and they expect English. You're not that important. You're not that important. You know what I mean? Like, learn how to say thank you in another language.
Yeah.
Good morning. Do you know what I mean?
It is a fact that if your English is good, you have the privilege
Oh yeah,
of relatively safe traveling.
exactly.
Right?
Privileged people.
If you're in a different country in Europe where the English isn't as good, and you go to a different country in Europe, there might be a little bit of conflict because not only you don't speak English, but you also don't speak their language, and it's just
Yeah, if you go like Belgium with Polish, they'll just look at you and be like, shut up, man. Do you know what I mean? But if you come with English, you're fine. So
yeah, but just conclusion is
do both.
do both.
Experience.
And if your self-esteem is quite low, if you feel like you're not quite independent as you want to be, and if you ever thought like traveling by myself is something I would like to do, give it a go.
Yep.
Give it a go and see what you learn.
And if you're scared for your safety, just choose something that's pretty calm. You know, Spain, Portugal, a lot of tourists there anyways.
Yeah.
And you'll be just fine, you know.
London.
Don't go London. Actually, to be fair, again, it's my experience from South London. But go London. You know, Central London, you're fine. You're literally fine. So many people, you blend in.
With London, the biggest crime is usually theft.
Yeah, so just don't carry your phone with you.
Just going to carry your phone and whatever expensive stuff you have. And
yeah, just leave it in the hotel and